What's going on, everybody? My name is Ken Parent, and this is Parent Manufacturing. Do you have to do that now? Try to shoot a video. What? So like I said, my name is Ken Parent. This is my shop, Parent Manufacturing. And I just want to start off by saying that's terrible.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Ken Parent, and we are at Parent Manufacturing in Catoosa, Oklahoma. We're throwing together a video really quick today for Practical Machinist, and we're just going to give you a little rundown on how we got started and where we came from and why we do what we do. Like I said, we're a small CNC job shop. We currently have one lathe. It is a 2003 Hyundai Hit 160M. It's a 6-inch chuck and a 3J collet system with live tooling on the turret. For those of you who know what that is. For those of you who don't, that's okay. You'll see it in a minute. But other than that, no, we'll just dive right in. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about why we started, and but while we're doing that, we're going to watch some ships fly. Alright guys, so Parent Manufacturing, like I said, started in October of 2021 full-time. Purchased a small machine off of eBay. And the reason I did that was because my employer at the time had encouraged me to pick up a machine because he had a bunch of work that he needed done. He makes titanium bolts and nuts and such for race cars, and so I said, okay, you know, it's one step closer to the goal of one day owning my own shop. So I decided we would get one and throw it in my garage and see how things turned out. And we did that. I did a bunch of work for him, and then he bought a couple Swiss machines and decided he didn't really need me much anymore. Sorry about that coolant on the camera there, guys. Obviously I'm drilling, so I need to have the coolant on for that. But within a couple months after I got the machine, and he had bought the Swiss machines, I had started to pick up a little bit more work from some old contacts that I had, some old shops I used to work for, and he was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to stick around for the winter time, which was his busy time. And so we talked, and I let him know everything that was going on, and he decided he was going to hire somebody else and I would train them, and then we just agreed to mutually part ways. But that was in August of 2021, which is when I decided I would go full-time on my own, mostly because at that point my wife and I had adopted 2 kids, and we had a lot more in our house. I think we had 4 more in our house, 5 more in our house, and we just sat down and talked and really realized that this was a great opportunity for me to be home with my kids who had never had a dad before. And we adopted kids who were older. They weren't babies, so they had already experienced a lot of crap in their lives. So this was my opportunity to show them who a real dad was, what a real family looks like, things like that. And it's just awesome to be able to work from home. You know, I don't have to tell anybody when I want to take a break or go on vacation or anything like that. So we did that, and for the first 2 months we made $0. I made absolutely no money. In fact, the first big job I had, which was about $8,000 job, I scrapped about 90% of the parts. And if you have the opportunity, you can go ahead and follow me on LinkedIn, and you can see that story and kind of what happened at that point, and just the amount of support that I got personally from the LinkedIn community was amazing. It's the only social media that we have. And I tell you what, if you are starting a business or you want to grow your own business or just reach more people for your job currently, LinkedIn is a great platform to do it. Dive into it. Just use the resources that it has. But anyways, I let everybody know I'm there, and then I tried to go out cold calling, and that did not go over well at all. I didn't get a single contact from that, but yet again, I reached out on LinkedIn, and it was just the support and the advice was amazing, and I ended up actually one of my best paying jobs is from LinkedIn. It was it was just crazy thing. But anyways, that's really the reason why, back to us adopting our kids, that's really the reason why we started Parent Manufacturing in the first place. It this is the second op here, but we decided that we really wanted to be in our kids' life as much as possible. And we currently have 2 adopted, 2 more we are adopting, and more to come. So we just decided we would stay home and work from home and do it that way. And it's been the best decision I ever made. I can't imagine going back and working for somebody else. But that is our reason why we started Parent Manufacturing in the first place, was our kids. We wanted to be closer to them, wanted to spend more time with them. They come out in the garage and see me and talk to me and do whatever they want. And so it's great. I can go in and have lunch with them. I can help them with their schoolwork. It's just amazing. And Parent Manufacturing is really just a support system to be able to raise these kids, and raise more kids, and hopefully raise awareness for other people on how amazing adoption is and how many kids there are in need. So that's our big reason why, and I think it's important to have a reason why when you start your own business, whatever that reason may be, because it's going to get really hard. And I mean, for those first 2 months, not making any money, and then not really making much money after that for the next couple months, I had to have a reason why I was doing what I was doing. If you're watching this here, this is me attempting to get this ring off of this part, and it's not working so hot. But anyway, you got to have that reason why you're doing what you're doing, because when times get hard, when you don't know how you're going to pay your bills or buy tooling for the next job or anything like that, make your car payment, if you don't have a reason why you're doing what you're doing, you're just going to give up. I mean, that reason why is the backbone to why you get up in the morning, why you go out, why I go out in the garage and I'll spend 12, 13 hours out here easily, just getting parts together. So that has to be the backbone of everything you're doing, in my opinion. Because without my why, without knowing that I'm doing this for my kids to give them a future, to potentially teach them a trade, to provide for them, I would have given up and I would have just gone and got a job, because there was plenty of jobs out there. So having that reason why is really, really important if you're going to start a business. There are a multitude of other things that you need, but those things you can really pick up. I mean, you pick up clients, you can pick up accounting, everything like that. As long as you have the right mentors around you, which I had, and just be able to do any of that kind of stuff. But having that big reason why is extremely important. Like I said, it's the backbone. It's the reason you'll get up in the morning. It's the reason you'll spend hours and late nights doing whatever you're doing. And starting your own business is hard, but I really want to encourage anybody watching this to jump in. Just don't be afraid. You know, when we started, I had to get an SBA loan and borrow $3,000 as a down payment for a $20,000 machine. I mean, I didn't have good credit. I had no clients. I didn't have any money in the bank. Those 2 months that we went without getting paid were extremely difficult. That's the most stress I've ever felt in my life. And it, like I said, it can be hard. But at the end of the day, it is 100% worth it. And every person I've ever talked to that started their own business, that jumped in, that had the hard times and everything like that, they all say that same thing. It's 100% worth it to be an entrepreneur, to start your own thing, to work for yourself. I tell you what, it may be the most stressful thing I've ever done, the hardest thing I've ever done, but I've never been happier in my life. Being able to spend all day with my kids, work for myself, build relationships with people all over town, all over the country, really, that are in the similar trade, and to bring awareness to this sort of trade is great. I mean, I love it. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. But other than that, you know, you gotta, if you're gonna start it, just make sure you have mentors in place, people who are gonna walk you through it. They can be in a different trade, or they can be in the same trade. Mine are in the same trade. You know, I have two guys, Ray Chronister and Mike Silman, two great guys, been doing this for 30 plus years, and they really took the time and poured into me, and any questions I had, any mistakes I made, they were always there, willing to teach me, help me, you know, give me a hard time, things like that. And that's what really, those are the two guys when I started, really helped me through everything, all those hard times at the beginning. So have those types of people. Have people who are going to encourage you, who are going to give you a hard time and lighten things up, but also, you know, be willing to answer and teach you whatever you need to know. It's a great resource. But other than that, I mean, there's not much to show. I know a lot of these other practical machinist tours, they have facilities, they have, you know, a plan. They can show you multiple machines and what they're doing, but I don't have that. I have a drill press from 1978 and a little itty bitty lathe, which you guys just saw in action. And so it's there's not much else I can say. That's why I spent most of the time talking more about why, you know, why we're doing it, and hopefully encouraging people out there to get out there and, you know, jump in, start your own business. It's hard, but it's worth it, 100%. But I'll show you guys a couple parts that I have made in the past that, you know, I just had laying around. Obviously, they're not good parts. They're scrap parts, because all good parts get sold, obviously. But I'll show you a couple. This is one that I've been making a lot of recently. It's a just a spacer made out of some carbon steel. But the wall is 55 thousandths thick. So a little difficult. Have a 1/1000th tolerance on the parallel all the way around. So it's a little difficult in that area, but other than that, I mean, it's a fun job. Good times there. Next I have just like this. These are just little stainless steel spacers, stuff like that. These are really fun. I love making these. These are titanium bolts. I made these when I was working for my previous employer, obviously. These are fun. I love working with titanium. It's a fun material, super easy to machine if you do it right, and it's beautiful. I mean, it turns out shiny. This one has a little 1/4 inch wrench flats all the way around the end, so you can tighten a nut onto it. Little reduced hex head. This one actually has some skiving in the end of it for a Torx wrench, which those are super fun. But then, then you move on to some bigger stuff. I'm kind of sad I had to scrap these. These are really expensive, but these are some 5/8 18 and 3/4 16-inch titanium bolts. Extremely light. That's why the race car industry loves them so much. Because if that was in steel, it'd be really heavy. And then some nuts to go with it. These ones don't have the threads in it, but have O-rings. I thread mill actually those, because tapping a nut that big on my little machine is not a smart idea. But other than that, those are just some scrap parts I had laying around still. But if you guys have any need of any machining, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Ken Parent. You can also search Parent Manufacturing LLC, and that'll pull me up. I do have a website. You guys can run to that too. It's parentmfg.com. But other than that, I don't have anything else really to say. I just really want to thank Practical Machinists for giving me this opportunity to put myself out there, jump on YouTube, make a video. I haven't really done this before, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. But other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and bring awareness to this trade. Machining trade is a beautiful thing. I love it. It makes the world go round, and I feel as if for the last several decades it's really kind of been pushed to the side, and people have been more pushed to do other things, and it's a really great trade to be in. And so if you are in the machining trade, just push other people to get into it. If you're interested in it, jump in. Practical Machinist, obviously, who's putting on this video, is great. They have a great website. If you're in the machining or engineering or anything of that, they have something for you there. I promise you. It's just a big discussion of ideas and thoughts and other machinists and engineers. And if you get a chance, like and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Also, they have their Instagram, and I probably have a Twitter and all that other nonsense as well. So go on there, find their stuff. They're putting up new content all the time. It's great, a real learning experience, and just cool stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys next time.